Hey, what's up, everybody? Back in southern Oklahoma, talking about a couple of my personal Bigfoot encounters, experiences, looking at them thing. I'm not going to do them both at one time because, you know, content, but I'm going to do them in, I guess, chronological order. Rachel wasn't here for either of these, so it'd be mainly me talking just like every other video. Fall of 1987. Myself, my best friend Jim, and then two other friends, more friends of his, but I knew them, but they were more friends of his, and they were the Brents. Grew up in Amarillo, Texas, so one weekend we're like, hey, we need to go camping. Jim's grandparents own land north of Amarillo. There's some mesas and whatnot, so we went out there, started setting up camp, and it came in a violent thunderstorm. Way too much rain. It hailed a little bit. We weren't gonna be able to camp there, and we were down in a little draw, and it was like we wouldn't have been able to get out if we just stayed there. In fact, we even had a problem getting Jim. He had like a Baja bug, a real cool little Baja bug, and he'd went down a little area. We had problems getting that out of there, actually. So we get in one of the Brent's van, and he was the oldest of a bunch of kids, so his parents had given him a Ford Windstar van so he could haul his brothers and sisters around and whatnot. You know, so we're sitting in the van talking like a bunch of, you know, stupid teenage boys. Like, what are you gonna do? One of them said, I don't know who it was, let's go to Colorado. So, you know, before cell phones, before parents being able to track where you are, we're like, let's go to Colorado. So we get to Colorado, we get to Trinidad, Colorado. And by the time we'd stopped and eaten along the way and whatever, it was about midnight by the time we got there. Maybe a little before midnight. So we pulled into a KOA campground. 4 teenage boys sleeping in a minivan. We're trying to sleep, and we started getting loud and stupid, and well, we got loud enough, we got kicked out. And that's the way I remember it, that we got kicked out, or I don't know. So, you know, we're like, and this is like 1:30, 1 o'clock. We're like, what are you gonna do? So we're like, hey, let's just drive back. It stopped raining back down there. We can go and we can stay up on the high place up near Amarillo. So we're driving back, and my best friend Jim is driving. The two other guys are in the back part of the van, and they're asleep. Well, I had been to this part of northeast New Mexico 1,000 times with family, so I knew the way to get us home. I did eventually get us home, but I had Jim take a wrong turn. I'll put a map up, and we turned before the actual road that takes you from Raton, New Mexico, back down to like Dalhart, Texas. But we were probably, I've looked at it on the map, we're probably, if I can remember, we're probably 20 miles east of Raton, New Mexico. This is, like I said, it's the fall of 1987. There are no houses out there. There were no lights. There were no businesses. It was nothing. It was just us and the wilderness. So we're driving along, and Jim and I are talking about, you know, stupid 16, 17-year-old boy stuff. Probably girls. And like I said, the other two guys are asleep in the back. Well, we're talking, and Jim's driving, and then there's just kind of a lull in the conversation. At that point, we both kind of, you know, we're looking forward, and right out at the edge of the headlights, something ran across the road. There were no people out there. There was nobody out there trying to prank us. Nobody knew we were there. And like I said, there were no houses. There was nothing around there. And something ran across the road from our right to our left. And it was a 2-lane road, and it took just probably 3 steps. Boom, 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 and then it was gone. And it wasn't a bear. I've seen bears walk on their hind legs. I've seen bears try to run on their hind legs. When they do, they hold their arms out, their front arms out like this. They don't run like this. Whatever this thing was, you know, 8 feet tall. I mean, classic Bigfoot description. And it just stunned both of us. We're like, we didn't know what to do. So we went probably a mile without saying anything. And Jim was driving, like I said, and I just finally kind of looked over at Jim. I said, hey, did you see that back there? And I remember him saying, yeah, I saw that, and I was hoping you didn't see it. He said, because I was hoping my mind was just playing tricks on me. We both saw this, you know, roughly 8 foot tall, shaggy, brown thing run across the road, not like a bear. It wasn't a bear. It wasn't a person. It wasn't a bobcat. It was, I know, I've seen those things. I've seen all those things. And I've told that story before, and about half the people I tell are like, oh no, you probably saw a Bigfoot. The other half of the people tell, you know, they're like, it was whatever, it was a bear, whatever. It was none of those things. It was absolutely none of those things. It was what I saw. It was what Jim saw. And nobody can tell me otherwise. I saw it. And if I had just seen it myself, I might question myself. But my friend driving saw the exact same thing. So anyway, that was my first encounter, sighting. Bigfoot wasn't even really on my radar at that point. It is now. And being out, you know, we've heard some things. And we actually, our home base is in an area where, you know, there are a lot of Bigfoot sightings. It happens a lot here. If anybody has any stories, you know, put them down in the comments and let me know, because again, I've told people that story, and then the story I'll have a couple of videos down the line of what I've seen and what I've experienced.
Oh, I haven't encountered one, so.
And it's not something that you really want to tell people, because people think you're
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, people think I'm crazy anyway. I'm used to that. But for stuff like that, you know, it's like, I know what I saw. And, you know, we never felt threatened. We never felt scared. But it was just literally running across the road. And, you know, you think, well, it only took 2 or 3 steps across the road. Well, it started, you know, on the shoulder of the road. And it was trees and woods around there and rocky, mountainy area.
It only took 3 steps.
It just went boom, boom, boom. And it was gone. And it just happened at a time where we were both looking forward. So, again, you know, if anybody has any stories like that, anybody has any encounters, sightings, whatever, man, you know, put them down in the comments and let me know about them. Because we believe them. We actually have a little Bigfoot sticker on the back of the van. And people can think we're stupid, and that's fine. Remember, I think it was the panda bear, but the panda bear was considered a myth until early 1900s. Yeah. So, you know, the coelacanth was an extinct species until 1945. Now they find them all the time. They are extinct. But anyway, that's my first Bigfoot story. Next one's coming in a few more videos, but appreciate y'all watching. Bye.